Dr. Shürhozelie Liezietsu, a multifaceted figure, is an acclaimed author of over 50 books on Tengidie, the local language of the Tengimia community, a significant group of Naga tribes who shared a common ancestry and linguistic heritage. As the president of the Ura Academy, the leading organization for the Tengidie language, and veteran politician and the president of the Naga People's Front. Dr. Shürhozelie Liezietsu shared his perspective on the vital importance of local languages for Naga communities.
Well, it's a very wide subject. Language is our identity. We can change our costumes, we can change our behaviors also, but your language you cannot change. That remains static all the time. And so that is considered to be one of our strongest identity. You know, in general, to talk about language for the Nagas is a very difficult subject. Nagas education has come to us very late, and even the spread of education was very, very slow. Therefore, we cannot blame our people also. In the meantime, since the different tribes cannot understand one another, we have picked up a lingua franca called Nagamese. And I think, in general, Nagamese appears to be like the common language of the Nagas. But so far, Nagamese cannot reach the status of a language because there is no grammar, there is nothing. It is only a lingua franca. If some people devote time to develop it, we never know. We cannot tell anything about the future. But as of now, it will be very difficult for it to reach the status of a language. But Nagas, we have too many languages as of now. When you go through the Naga Chronicle, compiled by this Reverend Vikanu, Nagas, altogether we have 64 tribes. The Nagas of Nagaland, Nagas in Arunachal, Manipur, Assam, and in Burma. 64 tribes, they speak distinct languages. And even in one tribe, for example, Ringmas. Ringma is a tribe, but they speak two different dialects. I mean, they're distinct languages. So also they have also two distinct languages. That way, I think altogether Nagas may have about more than 70 languages. Now, we have to encourage the mother tongue as per the present national policy of education. We have to encourage the mother tongue. And in that way, we have to encourage development of all the more than 70 languages. It will be a very costly affair if we depend on the government to develop. But language, literature, I think the people themselves, they have to develop. They should not depend on others. And therefore, for Nagas, it's a very difficult question how to bring together or how to develop a common language. A common language, if we can have a common language, nothing like that. But I'm afraid it may take even 100 years to come. Therefore, as of now, how to develop the local languages and how to have some link language for the Nagas as a whole. Among the more than 70 languages, uh, I belong to Tenyide language. We have been doing our best to develop Tenyide, and as of now, by the grace of God, we have developed to a great extent now. It is in the university level, and a living language. We have we have to continue to develop continuously, and so also Tenyide, even if we are developed to a certain extent now, it has to be a continuous process for its development. But for many of our Naga languages, they have no literature. And without literature, you cannot call a language a dialect or, the mother tongue as a language, I mean. So this is the difficulty many Naga tribes have been facing now. For example, in Burma, they are still too backward, no development, no road, nothing, I've been told. So that way, on that condition, we cannot expect a group of people to develop their language. But here in Nagaland, we have developed few languages. Tenyide is one, Ao is one, Lotha is one, Sema is one. These four are in the colleges. Others also we have to encourage, but it will take time for others to develop. But mother tongue, when we encourage mother tongue, for example, among the Tenime group, we have Angamis, Rengmas, Zemis, Zeliangs, Rongmais, Chokri, Keza, Pochuri, and then some more in Manipur state also. These are the languages we have. And for example, Chokri, they have a language committee. Keza also, they have a language committee. Pochiri also, like that. Zeliangs also, Zemi, Lingmai, Pomai, in Manipur, Ma, Maram, Pomai, all these are different languages. Therefore, we have to see that when our children are learning their mother tongue, in the long run, we have to open ways for them how to go about. According to the present national policy of education, this mother tongue will go up to elementary level only. I've been told beyond that there is no more mother tongue. But they have to take up one MIL, Modern Indian Languages. So some people say that it is compulsory after passing class 8. One MIL will be compulsory. And therefore, for example, for this Tenim area, Chukri, or for that matter, Keza, Meluri, Zemi, Limai, we have to encourage the local languages. But while we are developing the local languages, we have to consider, after passing class 8, where our students will go or which MIL they will choose. So these are the challenges laying before us. And therefore, as belonging to the Center Tenime group, it's a little bit awkward on my part to talk about this, but when it is a national policy, the question is whether Tenide alone or whether Tenime people alone can change that national policy. When the national policy is that mother tongue remains only up to elementary level. So these are the challenges we're going to face. Supposing local mother tongue like Ringma or Chokri or Lingmai, if they count out Tenime, and if they do not learn Tenidie, I think it will not be possible for their children to pick up Tenidie from class 9. Then, if one MIL becomes compulsory, what MIL our students will choose? Will they go for Manipuri? Will they go for Assamese, Magali, Hindi? I think it will be very difficult for them to make a choice. By then, I think problem will come up. Therefore, we have been trying our best to explain this to our people. You know, how for the Nagas as a whole, how is one of the most developed languages. And in the early days, when the American missionaries came, they opened a mission school at Impur. They opened a mission school at Kohima. Therefore, rich people send their children to study in that Impur school, so also here in Kohima also. For example, those who studied in Impur mission school, all of them, they learn our language. When they go home in their respective places, they spread the language. Over and above, the ours very broad-mindedly, they send their teachers to different areas, even in present ENPO areas, part of Sema area, part of Lotha area also. They send their teachers, they send their evangelists, they send their pastors. So wherever these people went, people learn our language through these people. So at one time, our language was the language of the whole North Nagaland. But with the introduction of mother tongue in the languages, children, they cannot speak out now. They cannot understand out. So also here, Tenide, in the same situation they are facing. I was discussing the matter with my friends, our friends, my Lothar friends, my Sema friends. I have been trying my best to explain my position to them, and I'm always frank with them how to develop the language. But I find that literature, unless one make up his own mind, decide by himself, we cannot force a person to do literature. It has got no meaning unless otherwise it comes out from his own mind. And so we still have very few people who take interest in the development of Naga languages. So this is the unfortunate part. But slowly we are very much encouraged to see that writers, poets, they're coming up. So with all these people getting fully engaged in the development of the languages, we still hope that time will come for us to be in a very good position also. Who knows, a time may come when Nagas have to decide a common language. It will be very difficult for Nagas to have a common language when the different people speak in 70 different languages. It may take even 100 years. But still then, we have to pave the way so that one day Nagas also can speak one common language or two. As of now, I have been telling my old friends, why not you develop your language in such a way that the people, those people who learn our language in the past through these mission schools, you have to spread the language in those areas first. And when the people in the North Nagaland learn our language, southern side, we can also introduce Tenyidie. You can introduce Ao. So also exchange of languages. If we can introduce Tenyidie as optional subject, or if we can introduce Ao as optional subject in the south, that way very slowly and very diplomatically we have to develop the language. These proposals should not come from either Tenyeme people or our people, but if some Nagas who really think about the future of the Naga people, such kind of device should be adopted. Otherwise, Nagas of now, we are badly divided in everything, including language. When we talk in language, when we speak from the same language, a feeling of closeness is always there, and easier to understand one another, easier to work together. Also, language is therefore something which brings people together, which something which can make people easier to understand one another. And so I think development of language is a very important subject for the Nagas as a whole. But as I said earlier, it is very difficult to say anything with clear vision in one line only. We have to put several proposals and then discuss and then find out which one will be best for the Nagas to come. As of now, we do not see much of it now. Our academy, we have been trying our best to encourage local writers. And so just last year, we convened a meeting of the writers and poets, poetess. Unexpectedly, many people took interest, and about 100 persons, writers, they attended the session. And all of them, they were very happy, and they say that that should be an annual feature on the Ur Academy. So we have decided that we will have the seminar, kind of seminar of writers, poets, and poetess every year, once in November. This is one of resolution we have adopted. We have started just last year, and let us see how we can go about in the future. English is the international language. For one, as one, I am encouraging the students to learn English. But what I have been telling is that in order to learn English well, first you have to learn your mother tongue. If you learn your mother tongue very thoroughly, a feeling of respect for other languages develop. And so if you want to learn English or any other language well, first of all, you have to learn your mother tongue. As of now, local languages do not play a much important part in the gatherings. Young people are, sometimes they find themselves more homely with English or Nagamese, but I think it is not a strange thing. Every society that goes through the stages, and Nagas also, after some time, at least in this language subject, will become more and more refined in future. They will understand the meaning better. Language, unless you learn the language well, when you talk about preservation of culture, preservation of your, history, you are fooling yourself. All this have to be initiated from the language itself. And therefore, if you really want to preserve your heritages, your cultural heritages, I think you have to start from your own language and you have to, achieve it from your own language. We have to, it doesn't mean that I'm ruling out other languages, but you have to do it from your own language. That is a real thing. To learn the local languages, I think the school is the main center. But as I said, for Nagaland, it is very difficult to introduce a language, a particular language in our schools. For example, in Manipur state, Manipuri is compulsory in all schools. Therefore, the students, whether Nagas or Kukis or anybody in Manipur, students, they learn to speak Manipuri, whether they like it or not. Here in Nagaland, we cannot do it. That is the difficulty. But I think in our own respective area, teachers should be briefed very thoroughly how to teach the language. And as I said earlier, once you become very thorough in our mother tongue, your respect for other languages developed. And therefore, that is one thing we have to start from our schools. But in general, to have a common language, to introduce one particular language in all the areas, too early now.